Hello, everybody. Marcus here. Wanted to talk today about something that business owners need to understand. Something that a lot I see are lacking. It's just a lot. And basically, this is something that business owners need to focus on and buckle down on and understand how their time is their best, about how best their time is being used, how productive they are. So the other day I was on I go on a lot of Facebook groups that have a lot of business owners on them and a lot of, especially restaurant owners. I'm in a couple of groups, and somebody posted these pictures of a really dirty kitchen that they just bought this restaurant. And a person basically posted says, I just bought this restaurant. The kitchen's really disgusting. Where do I start? And they took all these pictures of the kitchen, like, where's the best place to start cleaning this kitchen? And somebody else, or not somebody, but a lot of people started commenting and saying, hey, start cleaning here, start cleaning that, start this. I commented and said, don't clean at all. Hire somebody to clean, and you get in your office and get on the computer and start marketing your business ASAP. And again, all these comments came in. Everybody's, oh, clean this first, clean that first, and use this chemical and use that. Folks, when you own a business, especially when you just bought a restaurant that is filthy like that, there are so many things that need to be done in that building, in that business, on that business, that your last thing that you need to be worried about is cleaning. Even posting something on Facebook in a group and saying, where do I start cleaning this mess? That's not even the best place to start. Your clarity, your focus needs to be on building that business, marketing that business, working on all the logistical stuff. I come across so many restaurant owners all the time that after they've been open, they still don't have a website up. I've been so busy. I haven't had time to put up a website. No, you put up a website first. You get your CRM connected first. You start building a database first. You hire people to do that other stuff. Don't even worry to even make a post online about where you start cleaning is a waste of energy. So again, this had like 80 comments on it. And another chef who is a very known marketer, very, very known marketer. Him and I have had a couple words about marketing in the past, and him and I use the same email provider, so we know each other through there. He says on my comment, bingo, Marcus, you're correct. Great answer. Loved my post. And then again, all these other restaurant owners just going in, well, clean this first, clean that first, buy this chemical, buy that chemical. No, folks. You hire somebody who is a professional cleaner. They come in. You don't have to worry a single thing about it. And your most valuable time is going to be in building that business. And building the business and getting everything set up and marketing. Somebody asked me last night, I was doing a speech, and somebody said, how often do you do marketing? Marketing is something you do every single day, constantly. Constantly. I don't mean place ads every day. I mean, get your message out there, build your brand, communicate to your clients, potential clients, send emails out, post stuff on Facebook. This is all marketing things you do, okay? So as a restaurant owner, your time spent marketing is number one priority. It's not worrying about how to clean a kitchen. You get somebody to clean the kitchen. You get somebody to chop the carrots. You get somebody to do all those other things. There are times you have to jump in and help, but that's not your main focus. So this is a mindset change or mindset shift for a lot of people, because a lot of people think, well, I'm going to open a restaurant and, or I'm going to open a food truck and it's just me and myself. And folks, for you to truly make money in these kind of ventures and restaurant ventures, you have to scale the business. The more employees you have working productively to fulfill the sales you have is what you want. One person, a one-man show, a two-man show. I spoke to somebody the other day, and it's the stepfather, the daughter, and that's it, and one or two other employees, the uncle, and for the amount of sales that they're doing, I'm like, this business is at its max. You're there. I mean, that's it. That's done. Like, you want to buy the business, you want to sell the business, you want to do everything the business, you're done. Maxed out. You need to now be able to grow the business and change the whole mindset of, okay, I can't cook anymore. I have to hire more people to cook. And if you're afraid to hire people to cook in your restaurant, then you're never going to be able to scale that business. I had a friend, he has about, 30 restaurants right now, maybe even more than that. And when I first met him, he had like 6 restaurants. And he goes, Marcus, the day that my business exploded was the day that I stopped working in every single business. He goes, I would open a restaurant. He goes, and I would spend 6 months, 9 months in every single restaurant. I was the host. I was working the floor. I was doing this. And he goes, it took me 15 years to open 6 restaurants. He goes, after I removed myself from that position and got somebody else in there that was qualified to do that, like my partner, like the partner that was owning that operation, he goes, then I was able to open 6 restaurants the next 2 years, next year. It was just because my direction focused. I was still doing the same amount of work, but my direction focused, my attention refocused on something else, on growing these businesses as opposed to working in the business. Now, there's the 2 schools of thought on working on your business and working in the business. I love working on the business, but I also think it's very crucial, as every owner needs to work in the business for a very small amount of time to understand what's going on and make sure the team is effective. I jump in my kitchen every couple months and I work the line, and I find out that they've altered small things along the way that I've shown them, that are written, that are systematized, that have pictures, that are all laid out. And it's just because they think of, oh, I'm going to do it this way. And sometimes the way your staff does it, the team members do it, might be a more efficient way. And you might say, oh, wow, this is a great idea. Let's actually change that sheet of paper and change the recipe, change the procedure. But a lot of times you're doing things that you know aren't the best. And that's when you have to jump in, but not for an extended amount of time. You jump in, you see what's going on, you work side by side with them, and you learn a lot. So that's important. Now, when I say you jump in and work, I don't mean working permanently on the schedule, being stuck in that position. The same thing with me with my business. My first 4 years, I was stuck in the kitchen. I was chained to the stove. That was my job. I was the headline cook and the owner was what I was. I was a headline cook and owner. And I came to a point where I couldn't scale my, the only thing I could do to be more productive was get more hours in the day, which means sleep less. Get up early in the morning to do some PR, some marketing, some advertising. Then all of a sudden comes 3 o'clock every day when we're getting ready to open, I'd have to go chain myself on the stove. And if I wasn't chained to the stove, the restaurant wouldn't be pumping out, the kitchen wouldn't be pumping out food. And a lot of chef owners are in that situation. They're chained to their stove and they can't get past that. And a lot of restaurants close when they go on vacation. Somebody said to me the other day, another restaurateur friend goes, Marcus, you don't close when you go to Italy? And I'm like, no, I don't close. My staff needs to stay open and make money while I'm traveling, even though I'm on business traveling and I'm making money. I said, no, my staff needs to stay, we need to stay open so we can make money, but I can't confuse my guests and close for a week here, a week there, 2 days there, a night here, a night there. Folks, my first year in business, I did that. I had to close, or I had to shorten my menu for something, and I went to Florida for a little vacation, and I literally had to close a couple extra days. It confuses your clients, confuses your guests when you just randomly open and close. So, folks, your role as an entrepreneur, your role as the owner, as a restaurateur, your role is the big picture, the big thinking, the big projects. Get somebody else to do the small stuff. You pay somebody else $10-12 an hour to clean, to cut carrots, do all that kind of stuff, and you focus on the big stuff. All right, folks, hope that helps anybody who's in that kind of situation. We always need reminders of these kind of things, because it's easy, especially when cash flow is low. It's super easy when cash flow is low to be like, I have to work harder now. I have to work harder. I did a speech last night, and this is going to be one of my next Forbes articles, on businesses don't run out of money. They don't run out of capital. They run out of strategies. And I can guarantee you, if your strategy is to work harder and cut staff and work and do the job yourself to save money, that is the wrong strategy. And I was talking about bean counters, how bean counters are not good for businesses, because bean counters think in a very limited mindset. So for example, if you're a bean counter and you have a budget for something, now bean counters are crucial in businesses, but they're not the say-it-all, and they're not to be the ones making all the decisions, especially when it comes to guest service or guest satisfaction. Okay, so a bean counter would say, well, I have $100 and I'm going to the casino. And if you go to the casino and you start putting $1 in the slot machine, and let's say the slot machine is totally going to give you $2 back every single time. That's the equation. $1 in, pull it, $2 come out. $1 in, $2 pull out. So now you're all of a sudden, wow, I have $100 to do this. I'm going to walk away with $200. So the bean counter says, the bean counter mentality is, okay, I've put my $100 in. Now I can't put any more in. This is how marketing works, by the way. If you're doing a marketing campaign that works and works and works, the bean counter mentality is like, I've spent my $1,000 ad spend, now I stop. So the non-bean counter mentality is, the entrepreneur mentality, the big vision, the big thinkers mentality is, okay, if I keep putting $1 in, I'm going to stand here all day and just keep pulling this slot machine and get $2. Why set myself up for a budget when I know that I can get a 2-to-1 return for 8 hours as opposed to 20 minutes of doing this? I'm going to sit there all day and do it. That's the same thing you want to do with your marketing. If you have marketing that truly works, you do it day in and day out. You don't worry about the budget, because if you're getting the returns, it's going to increase your business. You don't have to worry about it. So bean counters are not good in situations like this. You need that big entrepreneurial, that mindset, that mind shift, that focus. And so for a restaurateur, a brand new restaurateur, to say, where do I begin cleaning my kitchen, is totally the wrong mindset. Not even close to being the right mindset. You are there to execute, build, brand, market, create this whole system. Don't even put something on Facebook and put energy in a post like that. That's not even worth it. Call somebody and say, get in here and clean. I don't care what it is, just get the place clean and show it to me later. Show me later when you're done how great the kitchen looks. So again, folks, working on your business, working in your business, working harder, working smarter. These are all messages that we all need to hear, because, this is what I was saying, was when cash flow becomes slow, the mentality is, well, I'll work harder. I'll work harder. What you need to be working harder on is getting people in your door. You need to be working harder on marketing to make sure that people aren't going in other people's seats in a restaurant, down the street, your neighbors, things like that. You need to market that much harder to make sure that they're coming into your restaurant, not anybody else's restaurant. And that's where the payoff happens. That's where your job is best. And now if you're an entrepreneur and you're a restaurant owner, a restaurateur, and you don't have that capability of creating these ad campaigns and this marketing and that big, then you hire somebody who's going to get you results. You don't hire some kid for $12 an hour. That's the worst thing you can do, is do not hire somebody for $12 an hour. Says, I know how to post on social media. I know how to make Instagram posts. You hire somebody with a very specific strategy that has a proven track record, that you can call other restaurateurs and say, how did John do for you? How did Sally do for you? What were the results that experienced? What were some of the things they did? What were things you liked? How, that's exactly what they do. So that's your strategy, not working harder. Now, of course, now there might be days, like I said, again, you have to jump in, but that's a totally different situation. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Everybody, thank you very much. And until the next video, talk to you later.